Afternoon, Peter. After a brief rest after the general election, Green Party are out canvassing in High Peak and Derbyshire. Do you want to give us a brief update on what we're doing across Derbyshire?
Yeah, well, it was an exciting and interesting election campaign, and I'm certain that we had a lot more support than was evidenced in our vote, which was squeezed. Lots of people voted, understandably, in order to keep the Tories out. I think those people who voted Liberal Democrat, who had a very green face in High Peak, and almost advocated support for the Greens if they got electoral reform, which was the one thing that they were promising in a big way, and that seems to be taking a back seat now. The Lib Dem voters must be fairly disgusted that they've actually brought in a Tory government rather than prevented one from being formed. And I'm sure a lot of them now are bitterly regretting their decision. And as for Labour, well, what a sorry state of affairs with the biography, with the memoirs of Peter Mandelson and everybody knifing each other in the back and squabbling rather than talking about politics of social justice. Of course, the really great result from the general election was the election of Caroline Lucas as our first MP in Parliament, and she is there not only as representing the people in her constituency in Brighton, but Greens everywhere and all those who believe in social justice and changing the world and protecting the environment. We've produced our first of what's going to be regular bulletins for distribution across High Peak and across Derbyshire. We're focusing on two issues: the fact that we in the general election, and Caroline Lucas in Parliament are the only voice against the need for cuts and basically in favour of defending public services and proposing an alternative of fair taxation and sustainable economics. So that's on one side of our leaflet, and then on the other side we're focusing on the ecological destruction caused by the BP disaster in the Gulf of Mexico, making the point that the days of easy oil extraction are over, and that as oil becomes harder to get out, there's a greater danger of ecological destruction and damage, and that basically making the point that we need to move beyond an obsession with an oil-based economy to produce our energy on a sustainable and ecologically viable basis.